What's up, guys? Back at it again. Got sniped yet again, and I don't even know how that person even got the stream key that time because I didn't give that key but to two people. I gave that key to, oh, well, let me take that back. I gave that key to only three people. I gave the key to Jerome, Brandon, and Jamaican Titan. That's the only people that I gave that key once I restarted to. So out of those three people, they're the only ones I gave the key to. And I know Jerome would not do that. So what happened? You know what I'm saying? It just doesn't make no sense. But I'm not going to be using the Google Hangouts because apparently people like to give out keys that they've been personally given to idiots who want to snipe people's stream. They've got nothing better to do than act an idiot. So what I'll do is I'll go back and I will delete whatever they call themselves trying to put out there, and then reissue my the video as one complete video and edit out anything that they may have said or done. And again, I apologize to my viewers about this. You know, we always have certain individuals who are low lives, who have nothing better to do than to, you know, that's the only contribution that they have to this earth. And for people like that, they need to be put down like you would put down a hurt animal. They're nothing worth keeping. You know, they have nothing to add to this earth of any value. So, you know, I don't mind saying that. I'm not ashamed to say that about these type of individuals. They're the same type of individuals that would go and harm a child. You know, they're pedophiles. You know, they're the worst among us. You know, they're the type of people that are serial killers. You know, they're sociopaths, they're narcissistic. You know, there's something wrong and something broke about them and inside of the type of people that frequent channels just to disturb them. They have nothing better to do with themselves because this is who they are. They're like a disease, a cancer. And what do you do with diseases and cancer? You get rid of them, right? So, you know, that's what we're going to do. We're going to keep it moving and don't even worry about these type of people because they're not even worth our time. And I'm actually going to even edit myself out from talking about this type of people because really I don't want to give them any airtime. I don't want to give them any play. So when I present my video from this stream, it's going to be without them on it because they're not worth anything. They're disgusting little freaks of nature. You know, bottomless pits. You know, they're just the thing that you just see and you want to squash them like little bug. Okay. You know, they're energy drainers, they're vampires, they're blood-sucking human beings. I can't even call them human beings. They're just so disgusting. Okay, so we're talking about veganism and we were talking about how that's a healthier way of life for you because we weren't born to be meat eaters. We don't have the canines or the front molars and teeth that you see meat eaters having. And so, you know, meat for me is something that I've learned to go back to living and doing without because I find that I'm healthier that I'm now that I'm a vegan. Veganism is a lot stricter diet than vegetarians have. Vegans do not eat anything associated or made from animals or animal byproducts. So it's not just meat that we don't partake in. It's also things that are made with animal fats, you know, like butters and creams and, you know, all those things that you can think of, including honey. And that was something that I didn't know. I just learned that recently that honey was part of the things that we don't eat or consume because it's still made from nature's animals, even though a bee is a type of an insect. Anything basically that bleeds blood, vegans don't eat. We don't partake in, because you're taking in death when you eat meat. And let me see. I'm going to see if I can bring up, share this, a couple of sites with you. I accidentally closed one of them. It's one of the top sites for veganism, but if I can't figure it out, because I just re-updated my OBS stream, and it has it's doing a little bit of things differently, so I may not be able to bring that up. Yeah, I'm not able to bring it up. Let's see. Yeah, I don't have that added to this new one that I updated, so I'm just going to stick with the one. But one of the sites is I'll just look it up real quick for you. If you put in top veganism websites, it's going to be the first and the second website that you click on. So Purple Carrot, and also vegan.com. And also we have some flat earthers who are also vegans. Vegan Warrior is a vegan, and he has a wonderful story. So you guys should visit his new channel. He did get 2 of his channels removed, and I do believe that he's vegan. What is it now? Vegan Warrior Live. Look for that channel and subscribe to his new channel, because he's gotten blocks on the other ones, and so, you know, they're just trying to censor him. But he has a wonderful story as to why he became a vegan. And also I watch vegan, this other guy on YouTube. I'm subscribed to his channel. He has a lot of good content. He answers a lot of questions about veganism, and gives you some pretty good points on diets. And I believe his name is Mike. Let me just look through my subscribers so I can give you the right link and the right channel for that. Vegan Warrior's old channel was Vegan Dog Society, and I think he got that one blocked or banned by YouTube. You know, YouTube is doing a lot of hating. If you talk about, you know, any false flags or anything like that, they really chomp down on your channel and give you a hard time, or, you know, just completely delete your whole channel for talking about that. Let's see. I've got a lot of subscribers, you guys. That a lot of channels that I subscribe to, and one of the other channels I'd like you to get in touch with is Mike the Vegan is his name, and he's got a lot of great content on his channel. He talks a lot about you know, the type of diet you should eat. And if anybody has Vegan Warriors link, could you go ahead and put that in the stream so that others can link up with his new channel? I don't even have subscription. I have, you know, a subscription to the other ones, but not to his current channel. So that's Mike's channel. He has a lot of great videos on there. They're very short clips that you can look at if you want to get into veganism. And he talks a lot about the diet, things that you may come across, and some health benefits, as well as I like the fact that he doesn't stick himself or hold himself to any of the claims made by some of the researchers that have researched vegan diets versus a meat eating diet, and paleo diets, so on and so forth. So yeah. Oh, and I wanted to talk about, are we propping up the system with our purchases? So, what do you like? What are some things that you can go without or do without that are making the system what it is today? Because ultimately, you guys, we are the reason that they're able to have this power and this control over us. Now that we know that they've done this since birth, we were born into this matrix, we're still giving them power. One of the ways that we can stop giving them power is to limit our purchases, as much as we possibly can, um, towards the corporations. So, if you're still going and doing a lot of things that keep feeding the system, keep feeding the lie, I want you to start to consider those things. As families, we like to do things together. We like to, spend time, have quality time, and make memories with our family members. But what type of memories are you making if you have to look back and have guilt because you kept participating in the system that you're trying to get away from, that you say is killing you and miseducating your children? Do you still then want to go to the movies? That's a big industry that has nothing to do with entertainment essentially anymore. It's all about, mind control. It's all about keeping you invested in the system, in the matrix mentally. They'll come out with all kinds of movies that have subliminal messages, that are casting spells on you and your children, that distort your true reality and keep you in the heliocentric mindset. So, that's something that you want to consider when you consider not propping up the matrix. Is what am I feeding on? What am I allowing myself, what am I allowing to come into my mind and my family's mind and to those around me? Should I continue to go to see movies that don't represent uh, reality and the truth that you now stand on? So, what are you doing? How are you feeding your mind? What are the things that are you reading? What magazines are you purchasing? Should you continue to purchase magazines? Magazines are another thing that distort your mindset and your view. Magazines teach little young girls that it's okay to want expensive things as long as you give up eating food for a week, or you sacrifice things that you need personally just to go out and buy a pretty handbag and shoes. Or they might entertain a gentleman who's not good for them just to have them purchase them things that they've looked at in magazines. All sorts of women and young girls have low self-esteem and distorted uh, visions of themselves and thoughts of themselves based off of what they see in magazines. You know, the dressing of young girls has been really sexualized, and they get this from magazines. Should you allow your kids to buy magazines? They contain a lot of suggestive behaviors and natures, and encourage them to want things that are going to take them away from nature itself. Materialism, wanting more than you have, coveting things. These are all things that make you do things that are contrary to your moral standards. What are you reading? Are you reading things that expand your mind in a way that make you grow as a person, spiritually and morally? What are you reading? Are you reading things that put you in touch with nature? Are you reading things that teach you about the world outside? Not necessarily the things that we know not to be true, but you have to look at it. How are you going to, learn about birds? How are you going to learn about worms and why, Mother Nature does what it does, unless you start to read and learn those things again? They programmed us so much that all we do is listen to regurgitate. We don't actually listen to learn. Now people listen to argue. People don't listen to learn things anymore the way that they used to. There are good things out there that you can participate in. You know, you just have to be willing to go the extra mile. We've been all programmed to be lazy learners. That needs to change. That needs to stop. We need to start learning to love reading again, learning to go out in nature again, learning to be scientists at its basic level again. These are the things that are going to change um, the future. You know, it's not going to happen overnight unless we're all committed, we're all pushing, we're all pushing each other to grow, you know, encouraging each other to seek those things that may not necessarily give you immediate gratification, but in the long run, it can benefit you, can help you survive should this system collapse and break the way that I think that it's going to break. You know, pick up encyclopedias, pick up Nat Geo. You know, it's like I've heard recently, you've got to, you know, don't eat the bones, just the meat. In veganism, we would say, you know, don't eat the processed foods, eat the natural. So you want to get things, you want to feed your mental. Feeding your mental keeps you from getting into things that you shouldn't. It puts you back into the natural rhythm of things, so that you can make sound judgment, good judgment calls when it comes to what you're feeding your spirit. There's lots of things that you can do that don't involve acquiring money. Now, I listened to some other streams recently. I went and I listened to Black News 102. I think that's one of Sinetta's channels, and I got in the chat and I was very vocal about some of the things they were talking about. One of the things that they were encouraging was this cryptocurrency and Bitcoin. Now, both of those currencies, let's talk about this. Let's dissect it. I have a friend who is a network marketer. I used to be a network marketer myself. I got into that because I thought, you know, I don't want to work for somebody for the rest of their lives and keep, you know, building their dream. They're already living their dream, you know, and I'm helping them with theirs. I want to have one of my own. So I got into network marketing, you know, through social media. So my friend introduced me to Bitcoin and cryptocurrency when it was at its basic form. When it first started, I had a chance to get in on this. So I'm looking at the packages, and certain things, red flags, kept coming up while I was considering joining this. You know, it was the fact that it was a tier. You know, you take real money, your own real money, and invest it into something that already exists, which is an algorithm based off of numbers that we currently use. Nothing anymore is done really through paper process. Everything is either plastic or binary code, transferred through ACH means, you know, automatic transfers. So you really you don't need paper money anymore. So this seems to be the way that people are going. So Bitcoin, crypto money, this other dollar, all of those that are coming out of that are, you put in your real money just like you would a bank. And these algorithms come up with these binary codes that they use to make this special coin that's going to be worth so much money. So instead of it, you know, how you have the dollar is only worth like 94 cents on the pound if you go to certain countries, the currency doesn't transfer the same. So in one country, the dollar may be more. In another country, the dollar may not be have as much value. So they made these coins, okay? And these coins are taking the place of, you know, currency, paper fiat currency. And it's just like, you know, gold coins or silver coins, except the coins themselves represent an algorithm code, binary code number that it's attached to, okay? And so the coin is worth more than like $5,000 cash money, okay? So you give them $5,000, you get this one little coin, and it's not a full coin. You know, you have to buy it so many times for it to actually be worth something, okay? And the red flags kept coming up. So you put more in and you get only a tier of something. You have to buy so many Bitcoins for it to actually be worth the value that you put it in. But the more people that buy it, the more it becomes worth. So the fact that they create scarcity was a red flag to me. The fact that you had to put more in just for it to be worth what you put in was a red flag to me. And they're red flags for a reason. It's because there's a flaw that's built into the system. They make it seem like the scarcer this item is, the higher the value. So it's a created market. It's no different than the stock market or any other Ponzi scheme that has come along. It is just another Ponzi scheme based off of interest. Okay, that's the meat and the bones of it. Okay, I'm telling you the honest to goodness truth from an insider who actually spoke to the people that originated this idea. One of them was a woman who came up with it. I'm not even going to mention her name because I'd rather for you to do the research on it. Okay, so you know, don't invest in any of this type of stuff. It keeps you vested into the system, and it has a built-in flaw to it that, you know, if the internet goes down or somebody breaks into the algorithms, what have you, this binary code, and messes up, you know, 10 or 11 or what have you, the whole thing is going to come crashing down, and those coins won't be worth anything. And they don't even exist. They exist only in the ether, the internet. You know, they only exist in binary code on a system, a computer system, that hackers, if hackers can break into streams, they certainly can break into banks. They've broken into so many accounts at this point through insurance companies, through Walmart. It doesn't take much, people. Wake up and realize that this is just another way to divide you and the money that you're trying to acquire to leave the system in the first place. Don't even waste your time getting into it, because there's a built-in flaw and it will present itself and it will crash just like any other market. Okay, nothing that these people do or can come up with really is going to solve any problem. Okay, it just keeps you vested in the system. It's a trading, bartering system. So you'll trade a Bitcoin for goods and services, just like you do cash money or any other coins, okay? Stop going crazy over Bitcoin, crypto money. It's called crypto. It's called Bitcoin for a reason, because they're conning you. Kryptonite does not exist in the realm. Kryptonite is just code for you know, it's your kryptonite. It's gonna cripple you eventually. Okay, so that's what I have to say about that. It's definitely something that you definitely don't want to get a lot of. If you're going that way, it's about a get rich quick scheme off of other people, and I want no parts of it, and I'm in no way telling you what to do. I'm just giving you my understanding, my opinion, and what I'm not going to do, what I think is going to hurt you in the long run if you do invest in that. It's just like insurance, people. They tell you to get insurance. They want you to get life insurance. They want you to get car insurance, home insurance. And they tell you it's a good thing, but when you actually go to use it, you guys know what happens, right? You don't get your whole car back. We seen those commercials. You don't get your house back if you're in a flood area. They don't come to your rescue, okay? You're definitely not going to get what it's worth. You may get a trailer out of it, but you're not going to get a whole house unless you're like filthy rich and part of the system and you can just go buy another house, okay? Life insurance, I mean, it's not enough to help your family survive for the rest of their lives. You're just paying it just to be paying it, just because they're making you pay it because they say it's worth something and it's good. but it's really not in the long run. It really doesn't help. I know this from experience. That's why I'm able to say it. If you don't agree with me, that's fine. We're all allowed to have our own opinions and our own understanding and our own experience about these things. I'm just saying this is what I know to be true from having the experience, that you're getting the shaft. If you think that, oh, we can fix it, insurance is good, let me know when something happens how it works out for you, love, okay? Oh, the last thing that I wanted to touch on and talk to you guys about was, are you raising aware and awake flat earthers? Okay. Children lead by example, and so do some adults, even though they haven't been practicing that lately. Children lead by example. So are you raising flat earthers, or are you raising more matrix children? If we want to raise more children like what was in the movie The Matrix, the children that Neo came across in the Oracle's house that she was training. That child that bent the spoon, whose mind was completely free. He didn't have any preconceived notions about where he lived or what he was. He was able to see that it's not the spoon that bends, but your mind. So are we raising our children to be flat earthers by nature, to the point where, they're not being programmed by you or the system itself? They're deprogrammed because you're not birthing them or teaching them to be dependent upon the system, or to even think like the system allows us to think like, because we're being programmed. This is so crucial to raise our children aware, woke, and not a part of the matrix. They're our legacy. They're the legacy that we are leaving after we're gone, or should we get taken out. We should be teaching and training our children to read, to grow their own food, to invest in a trade, things that they can work and do with their hands, rather than things that are going to keep them invested in the system, like trying to be football and basketball players, and things that don't matter. We want to train up our children in the way that they should go, that add to our community, the community that we're trying to build now. So we definitely need doctors, we need nurses, we need people in trade industries, like that know how to work with their hands, carpentry, architecture. We need people invested in farming, how to grow their own crops, their own food for the community. These are the things that we should be raising our children and those around us and investing our time in. And we should be celebrating those things rather than celebrating individuals and the corporation and the companies that are making us ill and killing us. When I saw the whole California thinking, California wildfires and the shooting that's occurred lately, and all of these things, these distractions that are coming up, even though they are distractions, one thing that they're doing is in the open, they are exterminating us outright. They're exterminating people en masse in different ways. They said that 40 died. Well, we don't know where those bodies are. We're just going to assume that that's the case, okay? The storms that have come up, people are drowning. They're exterminating people in mass for whatever reason. Who knows what these sick little people, what their plans are and why they do what they do, I'm willing to bet that you, like me, don't care what the reason is behind whatever they're doing. it is not benefiting any one single person. So we need to break that trend. We need to break that chain and raise individuals who are going to be tomorrow's heroes, who are going to be tomorrow's warriors, and who are going to say no to the system. We have a lot of yes people. We have a lot of people who spend a lot of time trying to make sure that this system doesn't fall. And we need it to fall. We need the system to fall because we don't know what life is like without the matrix. You know, it's complete by the time you're born. You don't even know that you're born into it unless you become awake and aware, unless you're touched. And the fact that you don't get a choice should be motivation enough for us to start doing some of this hard work that there is out there. I'm not saying this is all easy. It is very difficult to change your ways when you're born into something and told your whole entire life that it's okay. You know, that, you know, we can fix this, when it's the furthest thing from the truth. We can't fix this, okay? There's nothing that's going to fix this system whatsoever. There's no plan that they can come up with that's going to fix it. What we've got to do is do like some of these stupid hackers that hack our streams is we've got to hack the system. We've got to hack the matrix in order to change it. And when I say hack the matrix, I mean hack it to bits and pieces. Completely destroy it, wipe it, because you can't trust these people to do right. They've had X amount of years, and all they do is, you know, hide the truth, give us the lie. They've got one hand behind their back, and that hand has any number of weapons of choice set to destroy you. You're set for destruction if you keep wanting to participate in this matrix. It is going to be hard work, as you've seen. It's hard work because I visit a lot of streams and a lot of channels lately. Excuse me. And I've seen a lot. I've seen all the work that there is to do, but I'm not afraid of that work. People have been conditioned, just like we have, to believe in the matrix, you know, to want to save it. You know, it's like their dying baby, you know, they want to save it, even though the best thing for it is to let it go. Sometimes it's just better to let it go. They want to save this thing because they think it's the best thing that there is, because they don't know anything different. And they don't know anything different, and that's not their fault, because we're all born into it. What is their fault is the fact that they know that there's something better out there, and they make a choice to want to stay in the matrix itself, to want to grow the matrix rather than leave the matrix. Anyone that's pushing you towards things of the matrix, like monetary stuff, insurance, you know, Western medicine, all of those things, they're still brainwashed. They're still programmed. They're still indoctrinated, and they're still not woke. Okay, we all should be able to recognize agents at this point. And I'm not saying agents as in the sense of, you know, agents, government agents who are sent in to purposely disrupt and destroy. I'm talking about agents who are like in the movie The Matrix, where the agents took over the body and the form of another human being without their knowledge. They're unaware that they're agents, or that they become agents, or that they're you know, even have that potential. So they're all agents, and they're all fighting for the system because they're not aware that they're in a system. They're not aware that there is a problem. And they think that the matrix is fixable, and it's really not fixable. Okay, we want to stop playing their game. We want to attack it and cripple it to the point that it stops working. And I say that because, you know, from all of our experiences, we should be able to tell that this thing has gotten way out of control, way out of hand, to the point where there is no salvaging any one part of it. You can't trust the leaders in there. You can't trust your government. Anywhere that you go in the world is a government who doesn't have your best interest at heart and will do anything to make sure that they keep control over the minds and the hearts, the souls, and the spirit of every living person on this earth. There's no way of getting around it. They don't want you to be free. They feel that they know what's better for you than you do, than your own mother. And that's just not the way that nature has set it up. Naturally, you're supposed to, you know, love one another. Naturally, you're supposed to stay with your family. The way they have it now is they have you, you know, eating meat and things like that. You're consuming things that destroy your vessel, that your soul, that your spirit, that your life source is in. They have you destroying that by consuming things that destroy your vessel, that make your vessel sick. It doesn't kill you right away. It's long term. They've developed all of these geo-engineered food, you know, meats and things like that, that as you eat them and consume them, they don't kill you right away. It's over time. They'll give you diseases. They'll give you heart failure, lung failure, cancer, you know, pancreatic cancer. They'll give you, you know, hepatitis C. They'll give you AIDS, HIV. They'll give you human papilloma disease. They'll give you any number of things to keep you dependent upon the medical institution that they've set up. The Western way of medicine is to, you know, make things that are spells. You know, it's practicing witchcraft basically. So they make you sick, and they develop things that mask that sickness, and they'll tell you it's good for you, but really and truly it just keeps you living long enough to keep feeding off of you, to keep you invested in the system that they currently set up. All of it was designed that way, okay? No one's stupid or blind about these things. The chemtrails, all of those things were designed to make you just sick enough to want to go to the doctor, okay, to give you some pills. Well, you don't need those things. If you ate naturally, and we all moved away from eating those things, that's one less weapon that they have to use against you. Nature, let nature be your medicine. Let nature be your food source. And you won't have those type of problems. You won't have acid reflux. You won't have leaky bowel syndrome. All of this weird crap that's come out. You won't get mad cow disease from eating meat. You won't have Alzheimer's from the free radicals and things messing up your brain from you eating and consuming things that are death. All of that you're eating is death, and it throws you in a higher bracket for needing to depend on Western medicine, which is not good for you. They got a pill for everything, but if you look deeper into that stuff, even on the commercials now, they tell you, oh, you know, the side effects. The side effects are worse than the pill that it's treating, the symptom that it's treating, okay? And treating yourself with those pills and stuff, all it does is hide the symptoms. It masks really what's really going on. Your body's telling you something and you're ignoring it. The pill is what you give your body to ignore the fact that you're killing it. Okay, your body's screaming out in whatever way it can to let you know that you're harming me. Please don't do that anymore. And you'll go and you'll get this pain pill or that pill or whatever it is to hide it and not deal with the initial problem, which is you're probably not eating right, sleeping right, or feeding your spiritual side correctly. Okay, that's what we want to prevent and get away from. Okay, take away the tools that they use against you. That way you can think clearly and know what it is you're doing. Okay, we've got to take the power away from them any way that we possibly can. Okay, food, shelter. Oh my God, this is such a big one. And I hear people all the time saying, I want to have that big, nice house. I just want something of my own. Really, we're visitors on Mother Earth. We're here for a short period of time. Does it make sense that you should strive your entire life to purchase a home that you cannot afford, that's killing you as well? It's killing you in two ways. It may be killing you from the stuff you put inside it or that it was built with, or it costs more than you can afford. So you're struggling. You're working 2 jobs or 3 jobs or what have you. You're doing all this crazy stuff just to be able to have a nice home to live in, but you're not able to enjoy it because you spend so much time working. You spend so much time outside of it, you don't even have time to clean it. When you do get home to enjoy it, it may be making you sick. It's just any number of things that can happen when you put yourself in debt to the system. It's all a game for them, okay? If they can keep you invested and dependent upon the system, who's going to leave it? Okay? That's what they're betting on. They're betting that you'll be lazy and stupid enough, that they've miseducated you enough to keep saying, all right, we've got to make this work. We've got to let the system go. Hell to the no, y'all. Recognize the game. That's a game, okay? They get you to buy that mortgage, something you cannot afford to begin with, and then they've got you hooked. They've got their hooks in you. And you're not here forever. How do you get to own something that was here before you and will be here after you're dead? Think about that for a minute. Why would you want to own something that is completely perishable in the first place? We shouldn't be owning land. We should have it entrusted to you generation after generation. There's enough land on this earth, on this flat plane, that everybody can have some land to live off for their entire life. And that is gifted, that you give back. You don't own it. You just trusted it for the time, X amount of years that you live on it. That's what you should be striving to do. Building natural structures, wanting to get back to nature. I'm not saying all the way back. I'm not saying throw out any of the amenities that we've become accustomed to, but there's ways that we can do it that don't harm Mother Nature. Go back to well water and things like that. Go back to a lot of things that cause no harm to nature itself. You would be surprised how much people have researched and invested in finding ways to build that are economically sound and effective and that don't harm Mother Nature. It's sad that people think that they should own any land or any part of Mother Nature when you're here for such a period of time. You're only here for 100 to 200 years if you're blessed. Think about that, guys. Really think about what we're doing while we're here. What kind of mark we're leaving behind. Should we be leaving behind a footprint on something that is going to be here long after we are? Don't do it. If you can avoid getting a mortgage and things like that, if you feel comfortable living off of Mother Nature without any commitments whatsoever to the current system, find a way to do that. And there's plenty of communities out there that you're able to do this. All it does is take a little bit of research, you guys. A little bit of research, and you can actually start to break away from the system even quicker than you did before. There isn't a day that I don't think about just quitting it all, just quitting, my job, absolutely just giving away anything that's attached to debt. There isn't a moment that I don't think about that. But I also think about the impact that I'm going to have, the voice that I have, that I'm meant to help others. So that's what prevents me. But think about just getting back to nature completely, and that freedom. Think about the birds and the deer and the fish and all the animals that are live their life completely off of Mother Nature, and they don't worry about anything. We're the only ones, human beings are the only ones that actually pay to live where they were born naturally free. Something is definitely wrong with that. No one should want to stay invested in that whatsoever. If you fight it, it's because that's your natural instincts kicking in. That's Mother Nature telling you that you're not meant to be stuck in debt. Everything that she provides to you is your birthright. You're born here. You have the right to roam freely. You have the right to, eat the things that it provides, but yet we're forced to pay for things that we need to live. We're forced to pay for food. We're forced to pay for clothing and shelter, all things that Mother Nature provides for you free of cost. It's only man that puts a cost on these things. They put a cost on water. They put a cost on food. They put a cost on shelter and clothing, all things that you need that Mother Nature provides to you free of charge. They have put a cost on it to bring you destruction, to bring you into distress, to bring you into disease, to bring you away from nature. Got to get back to nature. Okay, you guys? We should be living like we see things in nature to the best of our ability. Okay? And I'm not ashamed in encouraging people to do that, because the more stress you can remove out of your life, the happier and longer life that you will live. Okay? No one knows what's going to happen after we leave this earth, after we die. No one can say for sure what's going to happen, because no one ever is able to come back and tell us what happened. Okay? So while we're here, we have to be doing what is best. We have to be enjoying our life the best way that we can. Anything that takes you away from that feeling of wholesome goodness, naturalism, is not good for us. It's not good for any human being. We all know what those things are. They don't make you feel good. They're morally unjust. Okay, they're spiritually unjust. They're contrary to life itself. And anybody can it's easy to understand this. Okay, you put your hand in the fire, it's gonna get burned. Should you put your hand in the fire? No, you're immediately going to remove your hand from the fire. Mother Nature has built that into you. Source life has built that into you naturally, that you know if you touch that fire, you're going to get burned. So you better not touch it again. You better have reverence for the fire. Use it wisely. Understand its nature in order to overcome it and not get burned by it. That's the natural order of things that we should be moving towards, and having that understanding and recognizing that. Not all these unnatural laws that they've built up to keep us away from the natural order of things. Nature has built in safeguards for us to follow. And we only need to be listening to her or it or a life source when it comes to those things. We've trapped ourselves at this point into the system that doesn't have our best interest at heart, and we need to get away from that and keep moving away from it as fast as we possibly can. And staying in touch and in contact with people who are like-minded in that way. People are mentally ill and they don't realize that they're mentally ill, but I'm definitely here to diagnose and treat some of you people. Okay, I've got the cure to some of your mental illness if you'll only hear me out. And the longer that you join us, the more that you're going to understand that flat earth truth is for everybody. It's not about so much now, okay, everybody that opposes the geocentric model and flat earthers and truthers are against the natural order, the truth of the matter. They're more worried about the fact that we're saying it's not a damn ball, spinning ball flying through Earth, going at these speeds that are you've never experienced. They're more concerned that we're teaching others that that's not the model than we are worried about our model, the shape of it. We just all have a consensus and agreement that it's not a sphere, it's flat. It's a flat, motionless plane. Whether it goes on forever, whether there's a dome over the top of it, whether it ends, you know, that's all up for debate. That's all things we're trying to define and find facts to support those beliefs, okay? But we have a central understanding that it's definitely not a sphere, that we've been lied to, and that all of that stuff that they're showing is fake, okay? These are things that we can stand on. These are things where we have to draw that line in the sand against individuals that are taking us away from our natural ability to experience the world around us. Individuals like that, easy to recognize. So we have to have some foundation to stand upon, and flat earth truth is that ground that we stand on all together at once. And we can't allow people to come up against that and disrupt it. We can't allow people to take that truth and stump on it and lie and not allow us to have a firm foundation to stand on. Okay, we ain't standing on no damn ball, because everybody knows what it. Have you seen those videos of loggers? They get on the log and the log is spinning and they're trying to run across it, and you know, they get dipped in the dang water. We're not on a spinning ball. Nobody is a hamster on a wheel. When you're on the heliocentric model, you're a hamster running around on a wheel that never stops, that you don't have any control of. And Mother Nature is just not like that. Okay, I'm pretty sure if we could remember our birth, looking into our mother's eyes for the first time, I've had that experience. I experienced it with my daughter. Okay, when she was born, she was sunny side up. She came out looking around, being nosy. Bless her. She's a beautiful being. She came out sunny side up, looking around at the world. I gave birth to her. She came out. They did their thing. You know, they cut the cord and took her, and she screamed the entire time they had her, okay? She never stopped screaming. As soon as they gave her back to me and she was in my arms, she stopped screaming. She knew who her mother was. She knew the unnatural state that she had been born into, and she wanted to get back to me as soon as possible. Everybody knows what that is like. That's a mother that's gone through motherhood, that's had a child. It's the most naturalist, most peaceful thing in the world. And the fact that they take you away from that and want to teach you that it's natural to give birth in hospitals and to cut your baby's cord, you know, before it's had time to suck up the nutrients that nature has provided through the mother's womb. It's natural for you to go to, you know, birthing hospitals instead of to a midwife who helps you through birth the natural way, you know, letting the weight of your body bring that child into the earth. No, they want to put your foot in stirrups and have some man that you don't even know in your face while you're trying to, you know, have your child. That's all. That stuff is not natural. Nature made things a certain way for you, okay? And that's what we want to get back to, those natural way of doing things, restoring the divine feminine. Those are things that we need to get back to. Sorry guys, I'm keeping it real from my experience. I've been through a lot of things in my life, and more of those things that I'm going to be sharing with you guys. Let me check out the chat, because I've been talking for a minute again. You know how I get when I start talking about things. I see we had some more of the family join us. I see Indigenous Raw is in here. What's up? Carlene, hey love. La Mexico, ¿qué pasó? Who else we got in here? Um, Everything's love. Hey, how are you? Carlene, I'm gonna make you a mod. You always come out and support, and I really do appreciate that. You know, when I see the family come in here, I'm totally excited, and it's like falling in love all over again every single time I see some of you guys, because you're my inspiration. You're my good thing. You know, like Oprah has that show where she used to do her favorite things, and there's just some favorite things that I love about some of you guys. You really inspire me to do my best and be my best, and to keep sharing um, my flat earth truth, and to keep building this community in a positive way. And she's definitely one of those people. Everything's love. We have got to get together. I keep missing you, even when you enter the room. Hey, Cat's Eyes, how are you? Magnificent, what's up? How you doing? You see how you guys make me smile. You're like my bit of sunshine all the time. It's hard as of late doing what I'm doing to get on, but I'm always thinking about you. I'm always wondering what you guys are doing, what you're experiencing, what you're going through during the week. I think about all of you guys individually all the time. You know, I meditate on you guys, and I can't wait to get back with you. I can't wait to see you guys again. And, you know, you inspire me, along with my children and my friends, to share and to come out and to try to do the best that we possibly can to share this truth and get this message out to everybody. So I thank every last one of you who are joining us today and have joined us in the past, and to you who will watch this stream later and join us in the future. Much love to you, and thank you for tuning in. And this stream is all about you guys. That's why it's called the Off Topic stream today, because I'm just talking about a little bit about everything. I'm one of those ones. I don't think you need to be scripted when you come on and you share with your story. It's nice to have guests. It's nice to have people on the panel, and it's nice to, you know, bring different things to the table. And I'll be doing lots of those things in the future. As I said before, I've been working with a friend who knows a lot about, you know, computers and production and things like that. And so we're working to bring a more concise program, but I like to do things off the cups, you know, off the fly, and, you know, just spend time with you guys, just getting together. Sometimes you just need that energy, that positive energy, to get you through whatever it is you're going through. So cheers to you guys, me and my little sparkling water. Oh, okay. I sure will. Let me check my email, because I know I gave it out earlier. And Katz is saying I need to check my email. So let me look real quick. Oh, good, Luna. Thank you. I hope you're cooking something healthy and good. OBS definitely slows down my CPU usage a whole lot. Let's see. I see a I see a couple emails in here. Let me check them out real quick. I think I'm gonna switch to my other email account because this one gets a lot of spam in it, and so I really have to like cycle through a lot of emails. Right now, I have like 2,800 emails in this email account, so I'm gonna switch over to using another one. Oh, okay. Oh, I didn't even know that's who that was. Oh, okay. Shout out to you, Karen. Okay. I'm just replying, but with OBS up, it sucks so much energy away from it. Everything else on your computer that it takes forever responding or even getting your cursor to respond to something that you've done. So, pardon me. Yeah, I with OBS, it's hard for me to open a lot of windows, and I'm pretty sure if I opened the Google Hangouts again, it will probably crash the whole thing. So I'm just gonna not do it again for this stream until I get with my friend and I can figure out how to do it without having it crash the whole entire thing. So I apologize about that. I want to say thank you for the invitation. I definitely will take you up on that. Let's see. Oh, it moves so slowly. Oh, good. Thank you. I appreciate that, Cat's Eyes. Flat Earth Accord. There's definitely some collaborations that I would love to do with some individuals on Flat Earth because they're so lovable and you know, they really have an open platform and their content is really I'm really interested in some of their content that they have going because it's something that I don't know a whole lot about. So I really enjoy visiting their streams. And I don't mention a lot of them. They're like my like guilty little pleasure. Like when I'm at work and sometimes when they go live, I know they've went live, but I don't even listen to it because I'm going to wait until like I'm at work or I'm busy or something's going on so that I can listen and really listen to it intently and go back through it. So sometimes I just wait, you know, to listen to the stream so that I'm fully focused in on whatever the message and the content that they're bringing to us because some of them have some really good shows that you can go back and listen to. Thank you to everybody that sent me mail, and I definitely will answer you back. And I'm going to answer you back from my other email account, which is my Hathor, because this Yahoo, I just have too much spam in there, and it's, I mean, some of these companies, like, you have to go to that website and opt out for it, and it's a headache, really and truly, trying to get clear your mailbox from all that spam. Even when you mark it spam, sometimes it doesn't go away. So they just find other ways to get in there. Okay, I think that's pretty much all the things that I had to cover. If you guys have any more questions for me, go ahead and ask them in the chat. Otherwise, I'm going to go ahead and shut it down. I've been streaming since 5 o'clock off and on with the little trolls and stuff like that. So. Again, I want to thank everybody that's come out, and if I missed anyone, I apologize about that. I want to thank the mod squad, especially for coming out and supporting my stream and getting those little haters under control. I saw you guys swatting a couple of those ones out of there. I mean, y'all be doing y'all thing. Y'all don't let that stuff ride, and I really appreciate that, because it makes for a peaceful chat when we don't have all those little haters in there saying retarded stuff that don't have anything to do with the content that I'm creating. So shout out to the mod squad, shout out to Empress and Inquisitive Bunny and Your Sweet Place, Flat Earth Accord, Jamaican Titan, Carlene, Cat's Eyes, who else we got in here from mod squad? Everything's Love, we got Jonathan. Thank you guys for swatting them flies away. We got Dre Midas up in here. Thank you. I appreciate you helping the stream out today. Sean G, thank you also, brother. Anybody else that would like to be a mod, let me know as well so I can get you guys modded up. I heard some funky stuff was going on with the wrenches. I don't know anything about it. As you can see, my wrenches didn't get reset. I still had all of my the people that I had wrenched up. So, if you had a wrench before, make sure you email Get With Me, and I'll make sure that you guys get wrenched back up. Shout out to all of my new subscribers. I think I got about 5 or 6 new subscribers from the stream today. So welcome to Ubuntu Contrabutionsism, Flat Earth Unity, Flat Earth Community by Sassy Undeniably. Look for me in the future to come out. I try not to plan these things. I like to be at random. I do say, certain days that I'm going to stream and try to stick to that. I usually do one once a week or once every 2 weeks. Sometimes maybe more if I am not busy and have the time. So thank you for subscribing to my channel. And I look forward to sharing this community with you here in the future. I thank everybody that joined me today on the stream. And I hope that you were able to get something out of it. And if there's anything that you guys ever want to talk about or you want to hear me speak on, make sure that you email me. And I'll be sure to do that with you. If you guys want to do a special panel with just us on it, talking about a specific subject, I'm more than willing to do that. I'm open to that. And I'm also open to joining others' panels and coming on and sharing my flat earth truth and the things that I know with you guys. So thanks, everybody. To some of my secret subscribers, I know you're out there and you're watching. I really do appreciate you, and I appreciate all your emails and everything that you send me and encourage me to do. I really appreciate that, and thank you very much. To all my subs, much love to y'all. Thank y'all for coming out and sharing your time with me and listening to me. I really appreciate it. And you who are out there who aren't there yet, you who are out there who are yet to come and hear this truth, thank you in the future. I look forward to spending more time with you guys tomorrow and throughout the week. Stay blessed, meditate, grow yourselves. And until the next time that I see you, peace and love, family. See y'all later. Have a great night, everybody.